Unfiltered conversation going on from an international student to a senior data analyst, building community on LinkedIn, getting featured in Times Square, and staying human in a world obsessed with hype. Hi everyone, I'm Renuka, super hyped to kick off the very first episode of Latency and Latte with Sai, a total rockstar in the data space. Sai is currently a senior data analyst at Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina, and he's been driving real business impact through data, dashboards, and data storytelling. What really cool is how he's not just stopping at analytics, he's now a part of a 1% AI club, exploring the age of what's possible with Gen AI and the next gen tools. In this episode, we talk about how he made the leap, what excites him about AI, how he is blending that with real world businesses and challenges. Welcome, Sai. Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to have you on my very first episode of Latency and Latte. So, can you introduce yourself the way you would at a coffee shop, not a conference?
For sure, if we met at a coffee shop, I wouldn't be starting with my job title. I'll probably say something like, "Hey, I'm Sai. I'm a data nerd, coffee enthusiastic, and someone who writes career posts on LinkedIn." That somehow doesn't sound like corporate brochures. I work in data and I care about people more than pipelines, and I've had a weird journey. I got ghosted by hundreds of companies and then got featured in Times Square and 20 other articles. Now I just try to help people figure out their own path, but a little faster.
Thank you, Sai, for your introduction. What's in your coffee mug right now, technological point of view?
That's a great question. If you're being literal, I would say coffee or peanut butter mocha. But if you're being techie, I would say a blend of SQL, Power BI, and Curiosity. Other days, it can be writing Python scripts to automate manual reporting. But the real fuel lies in why. Why did a customer churn, or why did this campaign fail? Because that's what keeps it interesting.
Yeah, so Sai, from India to the US to Times Square, that's really wild. What did the early days look like? What sparkled your interest in data science?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's overwhelming, and then I think it's the same for every immigrant, especially coming from Asian countries. So we all come to United States with big dreams and then zero network. I was in the same boat, but I didn't know how things work. But then how to write a US style resume, or how to build a network, or what were the skills required for data scientist or data analyst when I came to United States. And obviously the New York winters were out of the league as well. So landing in New York with the like a completely opposite climate from where I come from. And
Mhm.
coming to data science journey, it wasn't planned. I come from electrical background. Back in my bachelor's, I pivoted to data science
Mhm.
because my final semester I had to take something called SQL. I had to take something called machine learning. I didn't even know what they were. I couldn't get into my choice of electives. These were the only options available. I had to take them, and then I really liked SQL and then machine learning. Since I'm pretty good at math from my childhood, I could connect with machine learning algorithms. So I got like little interest, and then I started researching on what exactly is SQL, machine learning. That's how I
Mhm.
got to know about data analytics and data science. Then I was like, let me give it a try, and then go to states and see. Always wanted to do masters in electrical, but then since I found these electives very interesting, I pivoted to data science and then
Mhm.
applied for few universities. But before that, I made sure that my SOV was speaking with data. I did a few projects from YouTube and then few free certifications that were available online in 2021.
Mhm.
So just tailored my SOPs and other stuff to data analytics, and then got into a few universities. And finally, I chose University of Connecticut, Stamford, because it's a pretty good program. It's diverse with different cultures, and then it has freshers. It also has experienced people. It also comes with project management as a add-on, yeah, along with data science. So I thought it's a good blend of technical and non-technical skills.
Mhm.
And I graduated, applied to hundreds of companies, thousands of applications, and
Wow.
with time, as you know, being a fresher as an immigrant, the market was bad in 2022 and 2023 as well, and even right now it's pretty bad right now. So
Mhm.
getting a job as a fresher immigrant was difficult, but took my time. It took me almost 5 to 6 months to get my current role as a lead data analyst at Blue Cross. And once I
Mhm.
got the job, I started posting on LinkedIn.
Mhm. That's great because I remember 2019, 2020, those were the time where data science were booming. and there were no data science before that. There were a lot of data, unstructured data sitting literally, but they don't know how to do with that. And then they started cleaning up those, and exploratory data analysis came into a picture, and then it slowly transitioned into a lot of different libraries. Also, they were using PyTorch were
Mhm.
coming into a picture, and then a lot of various tools. Now we are all together living in different era, which is AI, and even in few seconds you can get structured data.
I think
That's true.
everything has changed. I mean, like back then we used to have 5 to 6 tools per use case. Right now, I think there's a tool being released every day. It's very
Yeah,
difficult to keep updated, but then it is
yeah,
what it is. I think we gotta stay updated, follow articles of what's happening, what's trending, and then uh, keep
right.
us updated, and then keep upskilling.
I know, absolutely. I mean, more than LLMs, we are hallucinating now over those tools. And
That's a
it's
good one.
really hard to keep up. Yeah. So, can you share a moment that made you go for a LinkedIn? Yes, I'm on the right path.
I think when I got my job in May 2023, and then I
Mhm,
started posting in August 2023. And 2 to 3 months later, I got a message from UD.
uh-huh,
He's formerly like he's a content creator on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, newsletter. He's everywhere. I think
mhm,
he's one of the role models for almost every international students. He posts a lot on job search, international students, struggles of international student, and networking and everything. So I got
mhm,
a text from him after posting consistently for a few months, like hopping, asking if I would be interested in getting on his podcast. I really thought it was a scam message. Then I checked his profile, and then I found out that okay, it's Yudi that who texted me, and then that's when I thought, okay, I'm on the right path. People are noticing my content. It's helping a lot of people. And there
mhm,
are always moments like that after, like whenever someone text me saying in my DMs that your post helped me land a job or got me more interviews, or I was able to complete this project online, or I
mhm,
was able to complete this. I was able to build my portfolio and then got more interviews, aced my interview,
mhm,
so or made my day, or something that keeps them motivated. When I get these DMs, that
mhm.
keeps me motivated, and then that makes me that's what drives me, and then that's like acts as a fuel for my content creation, consistency, and everything.
Yeah, that's great. That's incredible because building community and branding on LinkedIn is altogether different thing. So you have built such a massive LinkedIn audience, and how did that start? What keeps your content so relatable and not just like look at me? And I remember seeing a lot of your posts about analytics, a lot of your posts about SQL. You are teaching Python as well. So it's really, really useful for everyone, not for the just freshers who are beginners or who are in the mid of their career. It's for everyone who are just making that transition. So how did you find those relatable?
Yeah, I think one thing that keeps my content so relatable is, I think I do not write for me, but I write to the version that let's say version of me that was struggling 2 years ago. Like, what would I need if I were in 2023, or if I were starting again? So
Mhm.
we all Google every day, right? I mean, right now it has become replaced with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and other stuff. But then we all do Google Stack Overflow. But
Right.
then that one getting ghosted, or like after 6 rounds of interviews, or that one refreshing thoughts that we have,
Mhm.
I think, am I doing something wrong? So I think my content isn't about me being smart. It's all
Mhm.
about having the kind of support that I would need if I were to go back and start my career again. So,
You're
and also I remind myself that every win I share should be paid with messiness that came along, because
right.
no one's journey is straight, or like without hurdles. We all do have the ups and downs, and think when you add your stories, when you make sure that you add your failures and connect
Mhm.
it to with your success stories, that's when audience relate, and that's what they want to hear. Because when you put butter over it, it's gonna look good outside, but then deep inside, you know what you have been through. Only you know it. Only when you put it outside, the world is gonna know. So, like, if you're starting, one tip that I would give is, if your
Mhm.
content is too polished, strip it down. So add some behind the scenes, let the world know what you have been through.
Mhm.
People connect with the journey but not the destination, so make sure that you're connecting with your audience. Define your target audience when you're starting out, and then focus on uh, being consistent, put in efforts, time. So when you combine these three with consistency, time, and proper efforts, and you will be somewhere within, like, say, 3 to 6 months of proper planning, strategy, and everything.
Absolutely, I totally agree. We should have unfiltered conversation on LinkedIn. We should not fake it because people only see just what's on the surface, but they don't understand the story behind it. So that's very important. That's a very useful point for everyone who wants to build community, who wants to use LinkedIn as a platform to collaborate. So that's a very good insight. I would really appreciate that one. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and one
Yeah.
thing to add was, like, regarding the challenges that I have done so far. I have done a lot of challenges. Like, I think earlier this year, I did 15 days SQL challenge. We had more than I got in more than 5,000 people doing the 15 days SQL challenge. That was really crazy. Around 2,000 people completed the challenge, and then moving that, like, in the second quarter, I did 10-day data analytics interview prep course. I had almost 8,000 people joining that, and currently in 10 days I'll be starting 15-day Python challenge where we're expecting more people. So I think these are the things that I wish I had, that keeps me motivated. When
Yeah.
you do a challenge, it keeps you uh, motivated, and then you're accountable to complete the challenge one per day. So I think this would help really a lot of aspiring data analysts, or like people who are planning to pivot from data analysis to data science as well.
Right, absolutely. So whatever you are learning, you are giving back to the society. You are giving back to your own community. That is incredible, because SQL Python is the bread and butter of everyone who is into data. If even if it's Gen AI, even if it's analytics, data science, it's a bread and butter. You should know. Even though you are vibe coding it, you should know it, the foundation. So this is
You need to
great.
understand
Yeah.
what you're white coding.
I know exactly. You should decode it. You should know exactly what is your problem there. That's great. And how does your typical day as a data analytics at Blue Cross Blue Shield look like, Sai?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think I would say it's a mix of deep work and also bridge work. So I
Mhm.
spend most time writing SQL queries, and then building Power BI dashboards. As we all know, like, data is never clean. So most of the time, at least 70 to 80% of my time is spent on gathering data from different sources and then cleaning it. That's what takes the most time. The rest, the dashboarding, is the easiest part, I would say, because you have done the initial analysis of cleaning it, gathering the data, because we have hundreds of sources and then hundreds of tables, hundreds of databases. We don't know where its required data is sitting in. So that's one of the, I think every data person would relate to data gathering and then data cleaning. And then a
Mhm.
big part of my role is also stakeholder communication, like obviously translating data to in a simple English terms where my executives can make sense out of it, and then make better decisions, and then get in extra revenue or reduce the losses. So technical skills will only get you in, but then business understanding will keep you there, and
Mhm.
communication is what will make you grow.
Absolutely. That's eventually when you're communicating with your stakeholders from end to end, cleaning the data, understanding the KPIs, metrics, and then communicating those to your stakeholders, internal, external. So I think storytelling, do you think, Sai, storytelling is a very underrated skills lately in data analytics? Because we do have a dashboard, we do have all those EDA tools and everything, but how do you communicate those skills? Do you think those are underrated lately?
Yeah, it is underrated for sure, especially in 2025. This is something that everyone should focus on. Now, like AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Julius, Quadratic, these can write SQL code for you, if not production level code, but at least they can give you the structure. They can
Right.
write SQL, Excel, they can build dashboards, they can do end-to-end coding. But the you have to stay in, the human has to be in the loop for sure. But then this is where you need to stand out. Like, if the AI tools can do the coding part and then complex part, designing part, you need
Mhm.
to be in the loop, at least coming out with insights, recommendation, and then coming up with a good story that the AI tool has, the dashboard that AI tool has built. So storytelling is underrated, but it's getting it in 2025, at least it's becoming more important. So I would
Mhm.
highly recommend, if you are starting out, focus on your people skills, be it problem solving, critical thinking, communication, storytelling, because it's only gonna get worse with AI tools. It's
Yeah.
gonna make our life a lot easier in terms of technical skills. But
Yeah.
if you focus on non-technical skills, that's where you will stand out. Be it interviews,
Mhm.
there are a lot of tools that can automate your interviews. I don't want to get into that part of it, but non-technical things, how you speak, how you communicate, how you explain the insights or recommendations to your executives, and then so that they can make better decisions and then getting more revenue to the company, which impacts your role and get your promotions ultimately. I think you need to focus on people skills in 2025, and you need to learn how to use AI. If not, if you can't understand the architecture behind it, I would
Mhm.
highly recommend at least understand how to use AI so you can save time and efforts and then make your work efficient.
Absolutely. I think creative thinking and the soft skills, these are the two very important, I would say, components we should have instead of working. Like, I mean, you can work on your technical skills, but creative thinking is very important. And now they are saying prompt engineering. You should know how to ask correct question. Earlier, it was like, oh, no question is a wrong question. All questions are good. Now they have changed the theory about you should know how to ask correct questions. So I mean, things are changing, but essentially you should know how to think creatively and how to have a soft skills, because AI is not going to have that. So these are the two important skills we can have control of AI in our hands probably.
Exactly. Not at least yet. AI doesn't have
Yeah,
critical thinking yet. It can't speak yet. But while it is like that, make sure that you stand out.
absolutely, absolutely. So, Sai, I have a quick question. How have you ever faced imposter syndrome, and how do you feel with it? How do you deal with it? Because we have been seeing so many things around us, especially in the US, and AI boom is coming up. So, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I would be lying if I said no, but obviously, like there should be imposter syndrome with the technology advancement that we have been seeing from the day when ChatGPT was born, like December 2022, if I remember correctly. So everything
Mm,
has been changed rapidly, exponentially. So it's very difficult to cope up with what's happening. But then there is imposter syndrome when like there's a new tool released, and then everyone would be like this, it's going to replace data analysts, data scientists, or MLEs and
right.
everything. Or when I have to speak at a big event where everyone's more experienced than me or knowledgeable than me,
Mm-hmm.
there are times where I felt that. But then what I do is I sit down and then every once in a while I write down my small wins, like be it a collaboration that I've done or a podcast that I've given with someone who's exec, or like the smaller wins that I have, and then I keep reminding myself that okay, I've done something different from others. I have these skills that other people might not have, just to keep me motivated and upskilling. And to come out of that imposter syndrome, the only thing that I would do is again keeping myself motivated, and then keeping myself updated on what's happening, or let's say learning a new skill, be it on data science or machine learning side of things, or NLP, generative AI, or agentic AI. Keeping
Right.
myself updated and keeping myself motivated are the things that I would highly recommend everyone doing if you are in the same phase like I was, or like I am, or I will be.
Right, right. Absolutely. Believing in yourself is a key to everything. And then then later the later part you can navigate. First, you should believe in yourself.
Exactly, like your doubt doesn't mean that you're not ready, but it means that you care. Just don't let it stop you.
Right, right. Absolutely. That's a good point. And I'm sure a lot of beginners who are starting out their career, they would definitely start with that believe in yourself, and then the rest will follow.
Exactly.
So, Sai, let's have some reflections here. So, what's something no one tells you about working in tech? And what would you tell your past self in grad school? Or when did you feel most seen or validated on this journey?
Got it. I think that's it's not just about knowing everything, but it's
Yeah.
about learning fast. People think that you need to know everything or you need to be an expert at everything from day one,
Mm,
but in reality, most people, like, we just Google solutions, as I mentioned. We use AI tools to make our work easier in 2025,
mhm.
and also tech is like people driven, so your success depend on how well you collaborate and manage expectations and handle feedback. So make
Right.
sure that you like get your feedback from your manager, directors, or VPs, or whomever you work with, and focus on that. And then one tip that I would give for anyone is be resourceful, be humble, be open to adapt to new tools, and then be open to get feedback and start working on things that you feel that there is something that needs to be worked on. And then be someone that others want you in their team. So that's when you are making most of your career.
Right, right, absolutely. And since feedback is very important, how you are working with your or how you are collaborating, how you are working with your teammates, your managers, that is very important. And working on the projects as well. I mean, if you can just work on your own private projects, just to build your repertoire, then that is also give you eventual confidence boost, I believe. So do you have any say on that one, how we can work around it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would also recommend, like as you mentioned, take impactful projects. Like talk with your managers or your the people that you report to. Get
Right.
on calls and get feedback. Get your one-on-one scheduled regularly, be it bi-weekly or monthly. Ask
Right.
what are important or impactful projects that are available. Or if you have any ideas, make sure to tell your senior leaders. So I have this habit of, like, whenever I see a new tool coming, I make a presentation, tell them, okay, these how it can save us time and efforts and ultimately money. Or if I find a new problem or something that's wrong in the data, I come up
Mm,
with an idea, like say churn prediction, that I've come up with idea, and then I present it to my executives. They were
mm,
like, this is amazing, let's start a churn prediction model. So if you have something in your mind, or if you feel that there's something wrong in the data, or if you can do something about it,
mhm,
let the people know that you have this idea, there's this new tool that released, we can leverage it, saves time, efforts, money, or optimizes the current workflow, so we can make the decisions faster or
mm.
make them easier. So I think, again, be open to adapt, like put yourself out there, get your one-on-ones, get feedback, uh, never hesitate to give ideas. Like that's where most people stuck. It's like mostly you'll be assigned work by your manager or team lead, and then you get the work done. Most
Mm.
people stop there, but then the people who grow faster, they come out of comfort zone, they come up with ideas, they come up with new things that can be implemented, and then grow faster or exponential.
Absolutely, these are very valuable thoughts, Sai, I would say. And now we are talking about the projects. So, do you have any top three projects? Because I remember when I was starting out, we had a Kaggle and we were working on the Titanic projects and all those projects.
The
And
OG.
now, yeah, now if you go back and think about it, those are baby boomers right now. You cannot just work around it. So, do you have any top three projects you could recommend to the beginners or anyone who wants to build their own personal project?
Yeah. For me, I have two personal projects that I like the most. When probably back in 2022, these might not be crazy right now, but then back then they were. So
Mm.
one thing, I have this habit of participating in competitions and hackathons during my grad school. So
Right.
that because I was a fresher, I wanted to stand out. Like say Kaggle, we can only learn to an extent, but back in late 2010s, it was really good. But then early 2020s, I think the game was changing. I wanted to stand out from the competition, and then UConn has lot of conducting a lot of competitions and hackathons. So I participated in. They bring in a lot of companies like Travelers, Adobe, Humana. So I participated in a lot of competitions, and won few of them, and
Mhm.
that's what I leveraged. Like few of them were in insurance industry, healthcare industry, and the health hackathons were full of like 8 hours coding, and then these were things that I was doing. And then if someone were to start in 2025, I would highly recommend building end-to-end projects. Do not stop at modeling part. Go a step ahead and then deploy it using Flask or like in a cloud tool, or be it Streamlit. Like just deploy the project and then host it on GitHub, and then make sure to post about it. Like no one's gonna know if you don't post about it. Like say if you can, you might be able to build ChatGPT from scratch, but if
Right.
no one knows that you can build, it's not gonna help. It's like it might not be of any use. So make sure that people know what you know. That's one thing. Focus on end-to-end projects.
Right.
Integrate different tools. Most people that I see, they build projects with just SQL, just Python, just Power
Mm.
BI, and then just machine learning. No, I wouldn't say machine learning, but just different tools. But in real world, it's not gonna be like that. You are gonna use multiple tools for multiple use cases and for multiple projects. So
Right.
replicate the same, build end-to-end projects, host it on online, post them, get feedback from experts or your peers or your professors if you're
Right.
in grad school, and then work on the feedback, and then make sure to post about it. Because if you're not going to tell the world what you know,
Yeah.
no one knows that you know this. So that's one of the mistakes that I have made. I wish I had started posting earlier. When I was in grad school, I started once I got the job. But if I had started earlier, maybe I would have been in a better place. I'm not sure, but visibility do matter. So focus on end-to-end projects and then focus on your visibility.
Absolutely, I totally agree because in this time we cannot build in silos. We have to collaborate. We should be visible in terms of our work, and that's a very good point. You can use Streamlit for your MVP. You can just build, and then you can publish your work on Product Hunt as well, whatever you are doing, and then you can go onto the LinkedIn, tell others, okay, this is what we are building. Now, from our conversation, I could think of one use case of agentic AI. Now, since the market is there, we can think of. Now the storytelling is one of the underrated skills, I would say, and people are ramping up on that one. So we can have a AI agent who is exclusively telling the story from the data, and you just put your dashboard, and now boom, it's so
Mm.
that one of the skills. I know that that's a long vision, but still that is one of the use case people can think of from a conversation. You can think of storytelling AI or something. You can work around it.
Exactly. I mean, like, come up with ideas, or if you can't come up with ideas, you have AI. Like, just
Yeah,
chat with it, come up with ideas, or make your job self a agent. Like, automate your job search using agents. That's something that I
right.
would also recommend. I've seen a lot of people doing that. Like, say, tailoring from your resume, sending cold emails, cold messages. You can automate everything with AI agents. That's a
Yeah,
use case that you can talk in your interviews as well. That's why I got this job. So
yeah.
hundreds of use cases. If you don't have ideas, chat with AI, get ideas, and use AI to build an AI again.
Exactly. But still, your creative thinking is very important. What you are telling AI to build for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I have a quick questions here, Sai. So how would you recommend, what would you recommend, Python or SQL?
SQL for daily work, Python when things get spicy.
Right. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Python, it's very versatile. You can use it. There are multiple libraries,
Yeah,
and
you can use it for
yeah,
everything probably, EDA, modeling, API calls, web scraping, whereas SQL it's just for data retrieval, whereas Python it has thousand use cases.
absolutely, absolutely. And do you have any favorite AI buzzword you would secretly like?
Uh, Vibe coding, because it's been trending from at least from past 1 year, I would say. When Andres tweeted that word, I think it blew
Yeah,
the internet, and a lot of tools have been built from the word vibe coding, like Cursor or Replit, and
yeah,
I've been using them as well. So I think I secretly like vibe coding. Sometimes I do over the weekend.
yeah,
So that's something that I think that's been trending and then eye catchy. And I've joined few workshops as well from the experts. It's really unimaginable, like how a
yeah.
single prompt can build a whole application, if not production level, but at least it gives us the MVP to get our hands dirty.
Absolutely. And there are a lot of tools, Cursor, Lovable, and Replit, and you can build your MVP and you can just post it on any Streamlit or any other platform. That's great. And do you have someone in tech you admire quietly?
I wouldn't say there is someone, but there are like hundreds of people that I admire, like not quietly but openly, like Zach, Aishwarya, or Sravya. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
amazing people who have been posting on LinkedIn from past 5 to 6 years. I've been following them from almost 3 to 4 years, and I've seen how their lives have changed with personal branding, and then where they were, where they are right now. I would like to become. Like maybe one fine day,
mhm.
been learning from them, been connecting with them, been talking with them. So they're really amazing people to connect with. So I would like to maybe become like them one day, or like maybe better version of them if that's possible. But like it's evolving, but I would say personal branding is something that I would recommend for anyone to have in 2025, because as I mentioned, it's not just about what you know, but who you know and who knows you matter a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for Aishwarya, there is, I admire her and completely. And she has written a book as well about the branding stuff.
Yep.
And I haven't gotten chance to read about that one, but it's really good. It's not about where you work, and
Know your
it's
worth.
about, yeah,
Yes.
what value addition you have and what type of collaboration. And other than your brand, I mean, you're just branding yourself other than the brand, a work brand. So that's very important. Yeah, I mean, I really admire these people, and they are really doing great work in terms of data collaboration. Yeah. So Sai, what's next for you? Any exciting projects, goals, or things we should keep an eye on?
One thing is, I think it's July 22nd, so I'm launching 15-day Python challenge starting August 1st with Dawn Chu. So
Mhm,
she worked as a data scientist at Meta. She also worked as a data business analyst at Amazon. So she has ton of experience as well. So we're
mhm,
launching 15-day Python challenge. That's something that's on cards, and maybe a book, some that I might be working on as well. So not sure, but I'll be posting on LinkedIn as well. But I think my north star would be helping people win in data careers without losing their personality in the process, and then building my career as well simultaneously. Getting
mhm,
into product roles is something that I'm targeting,
mhm.
like to moving internally and everything. So that's, I think that's on cards for me for now, but I'm not sure what plans does God have, and then what plans my waiting for what's happening, and then let's see where it takes.
Right, absolutely. These are great goals, and really, I mean, shifting from data to product is altogether different move, and it needs a lot of efforts per se. And simultaneously, you are building your own community. You are giving back to the society. That is incredible, Sai. And where can people connect with you? I mean, if they want to connect, if they want to ask questions about the beginner, whoever is starting from the beginning, and then whoever is transitioning their career, so where they can connect with you.
I think the best place would be LinkedIn. My DMs are always open. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot a DM. I'll be more than happy to reply. I
Mhm,
might take some time to reply once in a while, but then make sure to follow up if you don't get a reply. That's a very good skill to have as well. And
mhm,
then if you want to learn deep from my work, you can subscribe to my newsletter, which is
mhm,
called the Data Azil. I send
mhm,
weekly newsletters on data analytics, data science, job search, networking, personal branding. So
mhm.
these are two best places that I would recommend if you want to connect with me.
Absolutely. I'm going to share all those details in the description, and people can follow you. People can literally hound you about their data stuff. And it's a great conversation, Sai. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward for more such interesting topics and talks. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Renika. Thank you for having me, and all the best, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.